Hey guys, YouTube World Hunter here. Alright, now here I am continuing with these Steven Spielberg reviews, and now here I am with a review for Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, yeah, of course, like Indiana Jones, it is like one of the most quintessential action adventure movie series of all time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it has become like a really popular franchise. I mean, and of course, like it has that iconic theme song. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, Indiana Jones. It is like, yeah, it is just like a really popular franchise, and yeah, this is like a really great film. Yeah, I didn't really watch Indiana Jones very much as a kid because honestly, like Indiana Jones had kind of traumatized me when I was a young kid. Like yeah, when I was like 7 years old, I rode like the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland, and yeah, it honestly like really scared me. So yeah, I really didn't like really watch Indiana Jones as a kid. And yeah, I didn't even like really watch any Indiana Jones till I became a teenager. So yeah, I really didn't like grow up watching Indiana Jones. But yeah, these are like good films, and yeah, this one is just like really great. And I mean, yeah, of course, like this was like from a Lucasfilm. So yeah, this is like, of course, like people like when they think of like Lucasfilm, they automatically like immediately think of Star Wars. But yeah, this is another one that is actually like under the Lucasfilm banner. Like this is a Lucasfilm production. So yeah, this is actually like a film that well, yeah, this whole franchise is like something that Steven Spielberg and George Lucas have worked on together. So yeah, it is like interesting to really like know that like George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have done work together. Like, of course, like they were the producers for The Land Before Time, but yeah, this is actually like something that they actually like really did like work on together. Like George Lucas was a producer, Steven Spielberg was a director. So yeah, yeah. So I really do think it is interesting that this is like something that they really have done like major work on together. So yeah, I really do think that's interesting. Yeah, and like I just said, like the it just like has that iconic theme song that everybody does know. And yeah, of course, like it has Harrison Ford himself as Indiana Jones. And yeah, Harrison Ford is like really, really great in the role. I guess like with the success of his performance as Han Solo, Steven Spielberg actually like wanted him to really come to do this, and of course, like Harrison Ford really just has had like a really just with Han Solo and Indiana Jones, it really has made like Harrison Ford into like a just a huge name him in Hollywood. Like he really has had like such a career in the film industry. I mean, it's not just like with Star Wars and Indiana Jones. I mean, yeah, you can just like go through like just look at the credits of like all of Harrison Ford's career. So yeah, he has had like quite the career in Hollywood. But yeah, this and yeah, this just like goes along with like what I was just talking about before when I in my last review when I did Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This just shows like Steven Spielberg can really just do like any sort of genre because yeah, while Jaws was like a suspense thriller movie and Close Encounters of the Third Kind was sci-fi, this is like the action adventure genre. And yeah, this just shows like how many different types of genres Steven Spielberg can really do. And yeah, this is just like a really, really great film. Yeah, it does have like a pretty good cast to it. Like I just said, it has Harrison Ford, it has Paul Freeman, Karen Allen, John Rhys Davies, Ronald Lacey. He yeah, so yeah, and of course like it also does have Alfred Molina at the start of this film, and this was actually Alfred Molina's very first film. So yeah, so that's I guess that's something that this film is also known for to be Alfred Molina's first film. And so yeah, and yeah, everyone does like really good. So and yeah, this film also like kind of goes along with what I was saying about Jaws. Like this film only does have like a PG rating, but yeah, there's like some stuff in this film that actually like is like kind of like pushing it. It like, and this film is like only PG. Like, of course, like what happens like at the end of the film with like the faces melting and stuff like that can be like kind of hard for like a PG rating. I mean, yeah, since like PG is really like marketed like really towards a lot of kids. I mean, yeah, and you have like content like that in this film. So, yeah, and even then, like it also shows like there's some like pretty gruesome deaths in the film as well. So yeah, and this is only has a PG rating. So yeah, kind of like shocking that it's only a PG movie yet it has like some violence like that in the film. So yeah, it is kind of like pushing it. I don't know if like maybe back then like this stuff really was like considered like okay for kids to handle. I really don't know, but yeah, I mean you look at it today and just it kind of surprises you that this is only a PG film. So yeah, but yeah, this is still like a really great film. I mean, I would probably place this. I don't know if I can really say I would place this in the top 10 Steven Spielberg movies. I mean, the top 5 Steven Spielberg movies, but I would place this in the top 10. Like, yeah, I think it is definitely top 10. Just, yeah, not top 5. I really don't think it is as good as, like, Jaws and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, a few other films like that. But yeah, I would probably place this in the top 10 Spielberg films. So yeah, definitely a really great film. I would give it a 3.75 stars out of 4. So yeah, I would recommend it. But yeah, chances are like you already have seen this film at least. I mean, yeah, so of course like Indiana Jones, it spawned like the 2 straight up sequels with a Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. And then, of course, like a whole bunch of years later, they then released Kingdom of the Crystal Skull as well. Well, so yeah, so I don't know, like probably like there are probably people that really haven't really watched the other ones, but yeah, a lot of you probably have definitely like seen this one. So yeah, yeah. So I really don't think I really have to recommend it, but I would just say rewatch it because yeah, it is definitely worth it. It is just like a really really great film. Yeah, yeah. So all right, yeah. Let me just get right into it. So yeah, as the movie opens up, it opens in the year of yeah. The film takes place in the year 1936, and it's shown that Indiana Jones, he's like, of course, an American archaeologist, and he like ends up like infiltrating an ancient temple with booby traps, along with uh, his guide Sadapo. Oh yeah, and they're like in Peru. Who for this? Yep, and yeah, they end up like infiltrating a temple, and Indiana Jones. I guess we'll just call him like Indy or Doctor Jones. Yeah, Doctor Jones. He ends up like infiltrating the temple to retrieve a golden idol, which he ends up swapping out with like a bag of sand. And but yeah, right when he ends up taking the idol, then like it just sets off a bunch of all the traps in the temple. Also, yeah, him, and Sadapo are trying to race out how to avoid any of the traps, and they used Dr. Jones's whip. Of course, like yeah, you all know like Indiana Jones like carries the whip all the time, and he has the fear of snakes. Yeah, he like used the whip to like swing across and us like an edge in the temple. And once Sanapo like swung through, like he wanted Dr. Jones to throw him the idol in exchange for him to toss the whip over to Dr. Jones. But once Dr. Jones like tossed Sanapo the idol, he then just ended up trying to flee. But then yeah, once Dr. Jones was able to get over the edge, it then like showed that Sanapo ended up being killed by those traps before he was able to leave the temple. Yeah. And once Dr. Jones escaped from the temple, he then like was surrounded by one of his rivals, Rene Belloc, uh, along with like the tribe of Hodovo people or Hovito people. Yeah, I'm not sure how that's said. Yeah, and with like just him being surrounded, like he was just forced to give up the idol to Belloc, and then he ended up fleeing, yeah, and then escaping on his boat. Yeah, And then eventually, once he returned back home at his to his job as like a archaeology instructor at Marshall College in Bedford, he was eventually interviewed by two Army intelligence agents, and then he was told that the Nazis are actually searching for his old mentor, Abner Ravenwood, and because the Nazis actually know that like, Abner was a leading expert on the ancient city of Tanis, Egypt, and he actually was in possession of the headpiece of an artifact in ancient Egypt that was known as the Staff of Ra. And so then Dr. Jones then I realized that Nazis are actually searching for the Ark of the Covenant, and because they felt that it could grant invincibility to their armies, and so then Dr. Jones was then authorized to recover the Ark to stop the Nazis. So then he ended up traveling to Nepal. But he discovered that Abner has died, and now that the headpiece is in the possession of Marianne, Abner's daughter. So then Dr. Jones paid a visit to Marianne to try to convince her about the headpiece. But yeah, she wasn't listening. But eventually, a group of thugs, along with the Nazi commander Arnold Toth, tried to obtain the headpiece as well. And then, after a gunfight, I ended up erupting, and the bar ended up being set ablaze, and then the headpiece just ended up landing in flames. And since Todd then stupidly tried to actually retrieve the headpiece by actually reaching through the flames to get it, but of course that just ended up burning his hand. So kind of a freaking idiot to actually put his hand right in the flames like that. Freaking idiot. Yeah, but then eventually, Dr. Jones eventually ended up arriving and was able to help Marianne escape with the headpiece, and then Marianne then agreed that she would join Dr. Jones on his search for the Ark, and then they ended up traveling to Cairo, where they met with Dr. Jones's friend, Sala, who was a digger, played by John Rhys Davies, and Sala told them that Balak and the Nazis are actually digging for the Well of Souls because they feel that it would lead to the Ark's location. And then, and then eventually they actually ended up realizing that the headpiece was actually incomplete, and the Nazis are actually digging in the wrong place for it, or the well. And eventually Dr. Jones and Sala ended up infiltrating the dig site and used the staff to actually locate where the Ark is, and it is in the Well of Souls, which is actually infested by snakes. Well, and there's also a part somewhere in here where Marianne ends up getting captured by some of the Nazis, or some people, and she ends up being placed in a basket or something, and Dr. Jones tried to give chase, and then when she was supposedly loaded up into a truck, Dr. Jones tried to give chase to it, but then eventually the truck ended up crashing, and then it hit some explosives or something, and then the truck then just went ablaze, and so then Marianne was presumed dead, but then eventually it was revealed that she wasn't actually in that basket that was on the truck, and Dr. Jones had followed the wrong one, and she was still alive. Then eventually Balak and another Nazi officer, Colonel Dietrich, is that how it's said? They ended up arriving, and then ended up just taking the Ark from Dr. Jones, and then Marianne just ended up being thrown into the Well of Souls with him before the well was then sealed back up. And then it also showed here that Dr. Jones had a fear of snakes. It just showed like he was like looking face to face at a cobra, and it just showed like he was just absolutely motionless, and you could just see on his the fear in his face. Yeah. Oh yeah, Van. I forgot to mention like when he was escaping the temple at the start of this film. That also showed like the big rolling boulder that was chasing him. Yeah, everybody who knows Indiana Jones knows about like the giant boulder chase. Yeah, that was at the start of this film. Also, forgot to mention that. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. All right, but anyway, getting back to this part of the film. Yeah, and then eventually, Dr. Jones and Marion were able to escape from the well to a airstrip, and they ended up destroying the Flywing that was going to transport the Ark to Berlin, Germany, which was the Nazis' intentions. Yeah, and it showed that Dr. Jones was fighting some like one guy, and then as he was like overpowered, then like one of the planes of propellers then just ended up killing the guy. Yeah, you didn't actually see like the propeller actually strike him, but yeah, it just showed like blood just ended up like splurting everywhere. Yeah, and then yeah, and then Dr. Jones and Marion like regained the Ark, and had intentions to then transport it to London and aboard Bantu Wind. Yeah, yeah. But while they were on their way, a U-boat from the Nazis ended up like intercepting it, and the Ark ended up like being seized by Dietrich and Block again, but yeah, it wasn't actually like shown like where Dr. Jones was during this time. Yeah, Marion couldn't find him, but yeah, it showed that he actually stowed away aboard the U-boat and traveled with them to an island in the ancient sea. I think Aegean Sea, is that how it's said? Aegean. Aegean, is that how it's said? Yeah. And then, like, once they arrived, Balak had the intention to actually test the power of the Ark before presenting it to Hitler, but then, yeah, Dr. Jones eventually then ended up revealing himself disguised as a Nazi, and then, yeah, he was then threatening to destroy the Ark with an anti-tank rocket. But Balak called his bluff on it because, yeah, he just knew that he wouldn't and dare to do it, and eventually, like, Dr. Jones just ended up surrendering, and then the Nazis then just took both Dr. Jones and Marion to an area where the Ark would be open, and they were like tied to a post to observe, and then like a Balak was like performing a ceremonial opening of the Ark dressed as an Israel Cohen Gadol, and then saw that it was just full of sand, and then it showed then like spirits then emerging from the Ark, and like it then was like revealed that those spirits were angels of death that slaughter, and they ended up like slaughtering all the Nazis, and it showed that Balak, Tot, and Dietrich, it's like they're the spirits all like destroyed their faces. Like Dietrich's head like ended up shriveling up. Tot was melted. Like yeah, and that was actually like pretty graphic for a PG movie. Like it was actually like bloody and stuff. And yeah, it just his face was like melting away like liquid. So yeah, that was actually like pretty gruesome for a PG movie. Yeah. Yeah, and Balak's head just exploded, but yeah, Dr. Jones and Marion like were able to like avoid anything happening to them, and then yeah, the remains into the assembly then were just engulfed in flames. Then Dr. Jones and Marion were able to escape somehow. Yeah, it's never actually shown like how they escaped. Yeah, it just like showed like at one moment that they were there, and then it just like cut to like a completely different scene eventually, and then yeah, the Ark slid ended up like being blasted in the air here before it eventually like ended up dropping back down onto the Ark and sealing it. Sealing it, yeah. And then yeah, then just like cut to the next scene. It never actually like showed how, like I said, how Dr. Jones and Marion escaped. It just like ended up just cutting away from that to like a totally different scene. So yeah, but yeah, then it just like showed in Washington D.C. the Army intelligence agents like told Dr. Jones and Marcus Brody that the Ark is in a safe place and will be studied and monitored by top men. And then it's just then like just showed the Ark being sealed up and stored into a giant government warehouse with other crates. And then yeah, then the movie then just ended like that. So yeah, kind of like some like strange editing there, since like they just like totally just cut away from like that scene where the Ark was destroyed to just, and Washington D.C. didn't even like show like how Dr. Jones and Marion were able to escape from there. Yeah, just yeah, it's like they just left that scene. How like did they just like not shoot a scene like that? Was it just deleted for some reason? Like I don't see why they would, but yeah. Regardless, yeah, that's it. Just ended like that, and there was no scene showing how they did escape. But so yeah, that just is kind of strange. But yeah, overall the movie still is like really really great. Like it just like has some really really great action scenes in it, and it's some great performances, of course, from like Harrison Ford and everybody else in the film. Yeah, and of course, like just a bunch of memorable scenes, like the opening temple scene, and like the ending with like everyone's faces melting and stuff. Yeah, kind of gruesome, but yeah, still memorable and stuff. And of course, just that awesome theme song, which is just played throughout the film. Yeah, so yes, just a really really great film overall, and yeah, definitely like one of, yeah, I would definitely put it in the in Steven Spielberg's top 10 films of all time. Yeah, definitely a really great film. Like I said, I mean, y'all have already seen this, obviously, but yeah, I still do say rewatch it. It is just totally worth rewatching over and over. It just is like such a freaking great film. Alright, so yeah, I guess that's all I can really say about it. So yeah, alright, so this is it for my review of Raiders of the Lost Ark. So I hope you guys enjoy this review, and yeah, I am going to be talking about the other Indiana Jones films. Like, I am going to be reviewing all the sequels to these. Yeah, I'm not going to get to it just yet. Like, I've got another film coming up next I'm going to review, but then after that, and I probably will, then I will talk about the two straight sequels with Temple of Doom and Last Crusade. But yeah, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is going to come a lot later on. So yeah, but yeah, I am going to get to those films also in these reviews as well. So yeah, those are coming up sometime this month too. So yeah, stay tuned for those. But yeah, I still got some more coming as well. So yeah, so stay tuned for more. All right, but I hope you guys did enjoy this review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.